Do you want to play a deck that just melts away your opponents? Then let me show you Latios. The deck I'm featuring today is a very new archetype based around the Mega Latias. We already knew the Mega Latias was being played with the Petulant and the Brute Bonnet, being able to do poison damage and allow a kind of hit and run type playstyle, but this is completely different. So the idea is to use Mega Latias as a main attacker. So what does the Latias do, you may ask? So it has this Strafe attack for 40, and you may switch this Pokemon with one of your benched Pokemon. And it has a very cool combination with that, and we get into that later. But its second attack, Illusory Impulse, does 300 damage for 1 Fire Energy, 1 Psychic, and 1 Colorless. And we will get to accelerate that through the means of the Latios, because Latios states with its Lustrous Assist, once during your turn, when your Mega Latias EX moves from the bench to the active spot, you may use this ability and you may move any amount of energy from your benched Pokemon to your active Pokemon. And you know what's coming? We can use Ethan's Ho-Oh EX to accelerate Fire Energies to the Ethan's Ho-Oh, accelerate a Psychic Energy from hands to the Mega Latias EX, and then when your Mega Latias moves from the bench to the active spot, you can charge that up in one single turn. So effectively, if all goes right, you can do Illusory Impulse as early as turn 1 going second. That is just insane. But as you might know, this is a retreat heavy deck. It allows for a lot of resources. That's why I added 2 copies of Latias and 2 copies of Mega Kangaskhan, because when Mega Kangaskhan is in the active spot, you can use the Run Errant ability to draw 2 cards, which can set you up for this turn or future turns perhaps. And then there's also the inclusion of the Wellspring Mask Lopunny EX, because we also include 1 Crispin and 2 Energy Switch, so through the means of the Ethan's Ho-Oh and Crispin, we can charge up the Wellspring Mask Lopunny EX and do even snipe bench damage as well. And then there's also the inclusion of the Lily's Clefairy. So with just 1 Psychic attachment and then an Energy Switch, this Lily's Clefairy can also attack, especially in the mirror games or perhaps against Dragapult or anything basically. And this is a very cool tech addition to the deck, because Iron Valiant EX has this Tachyon Bits ability, which states once during your turn, when this Pokemon moves from the bench to the active spot, you may put 2 damage counters on one of your opponent's Pokemon. So you can place the 2 damage counters on a benched Pokemon as well. It doesn't need to be the active Pokemon, but, and here's the cool thing, when you have a Mega Latias EX with 1 energy attached to it and the Vitality Band, and you use Strafe in your turn, you do 50 damage to the active Pokemon. If that active Pokemon has 70 HP, you can Strafe into the Iron Valiant EX. It is still your turn. The Iron Valiant has switched into the active spot, and you can use that ability to place even more damage counters in that same turn. That is just mind-blowing. So you don't have to retreat in the Iron Valiant. So the cool thing about this ability is it can activate even after you have attacked with the Latias, which is just crazy. You can get some cool combinations off with Iron Valiant EX, as well as pinging down a Pokemon which has more than 300 HP, and when it's a stage 1 and not a stage 2, and you can't reduce the HP with Gravity Mountain, it's very cool to ping that with the Iron Valiant first, and then switch into the Latias and do 300 to be able to knock out that Pokemon. And then of course, this being a turbo deck, we rely a lot on Arven and Precious Trolley, just because we need our bench to be able to set up and charge up our board state. And that is very hard to do if we don't have an Arven in hand. So knowing that is the strategy, you already know this is a going second deck. And then of course there's the Lily's Determination, you know, to refresh the hands, to grab a lot of resources, because you really need that in this deck. Then there's some Disruption going with the Ino, and some Penny as well, because if you Penny your active Pokemon and you switch in the Mega Latias, then the ability of the Latios is also coming into effect, because the Mega Latias is coming from the bench to the active spot. So it doesn't need to be a retreat, it doesn't need to be a switch, it can be a Penny as well. And Penny is also going to be good to be able to remove liabilities from your bench or the active spot. And then there's 2 copies of Boss's Orders, because we love to gust in this deck. So I'm very excited to play around with this deck, and I really can't wait to hop into some games and see how it rolls. Yes, I want to go second. Thank you very much. Right, and we do quite have a good setup. Too bad of the Penny though, no Arven, but through the means of the switch, we can get some shenanigans off. Alright, let's see here. There's a Latias. So I suppose this is going to be a big basic deck as well, just like we're playing. So that's going to be good because I can... Oh, and there's a pass. Well, that's heavy though. Let's run errand first and see what we can work with. We have an oven and the Pokégear. Alright, this oven can give ourselves the trolley. Alright. No, there's no means to get it. We need the earthen vessel. I suppose I can already chip some damage in? Yeah, we'll do that. Let's just... Latios. I mean, we have those in hands, but let's just keep the hand with what we have and thin these out. Valiant, and let's leave that other spot. Wait, where was the Ho-Oh? Was the Ho-Oh prized? Okay, so I suppose I need to attach there then. Charm that, protect that, and retreat. And I suppose not having access to the switch, I think I want to retreat back into the Kangaskhan. So right, so this Latias now has 170 HP. That will allow us to be able to knock it out next turn. I mean, with a Crispin, this Latias is done. And we're seeing 9 cards here. We can draw 2 from Run Errands and then use the Pokégear. So the odds are quite high. Oh, they're playing a Buddy Poffin, so this is an evolution deck. Now it's... Oh! Interesting. It's the Lopunny with Pidgeot. Interesting. Okay. I have a new plan. I'm going to boss something up. Oh, great. Yeah, no Pokégear. I mean, we can Ino, though. And I'm still 6 prizes as well. And I can play Penny to boot. And there's the Gravity Mountain. Right, how are we going to play this? I think I want to run Errand first. Again, see what we can work with. And the Penny and an attachment. I think I want to pre-attach onto the Latias. Penny the Kangaskhan is not doing much, but we can Ino and get some other resources. And limiting them from having good starts. Alright, that fire energy is going to do good next turn. Right, we're going to Strife in. Boom. And like we did before, switching the Kangaskhan. But now that the Budgie is gone, next turn we can retreat into the Latias and then use the Strife to switch in the RM Valiants. Or, through the means of this fire energy, I can hit 300. So if I retreat into the Valiants, hit 300 Latias, there's the double Duskull. I mean, that Bunnery is not safe. And we have Boss's Orders as well. So I suppose retreating into the Latias, Boss's Orders onto the Pidgey will limit them from setting up further. And there's the Kangaskhan. Yeah, obviously tanking a hit. And I suppose if they have access to Jet Energy and the Lopunny, then they can get a hit in. And we can still Penny if they're not item locking us. Oh, they Ultra Ball for the Pidgeot. Alright, so there goes that plan. They have the Pidgeot, and they Lilied, so they can't Hilda anymore. Oh no, they didn't Lily this turn. They Lilied the last turn. Alright, let's just see how this works out. I mean, we can get a knockout on this Kangaskhan and left with 2 prizes, and then they just have nowhere to go and just save the Boss's Orders. There's the enriching though. Do they have the switch into the Mega Lopunny? Because otherwise we have to burn the Boss's Orders on the Kangaskhan. Yeah, they have the switch in the Bunnery. Interesting. But oh, and a Lily to boot. So they're just drawing 8 cards again. If they find an Ultra Ball now, or which they do, then they get themselves the Lopunny. But that Lopunny is only... Oh wait, that's not going to work, buddy. But is it going to work? No, he just evolved now, and it says... if this Pokemon moved from the bench and not the previous, so Gale Thrust is only doing 60 damage. Alright. We have Gravity Mountain, we have an attachment, we're going to run Errand first. And because the Lopunny has 330, we have the energy retrieval as well. No, I'm going to go after the Kangaskhan. No jokes here. Or I suppose it might be better to go after the Pidgeot. I think that... yeah. 2 prizes is good as well. We can always knock out the Mega Kangaskhan, or perhaps the Lopunny. And now the Dusknoir is not going to do anything. That's why we saved the bench spot. Awesome. Alright, Illusory Impulse. I want to limit them from having access to anything, basically. And because I put the Psyduck in play, this Lopunny will not be able to damage or one-shot my Latias. And if they knock something else out, I can bench the Ho-Oh, accelerate to the Ho-Oh, retreat into anything, and use use the ability of the Latios. That's the game plan here. And then I can just use Superior Energy Retrieval to get the Psychic back. And job's a good one. Alright, what are you doing this turn? Oh, and I know. That's hurtful. I mean, it depends. We have a Prism though. So we can Prism onto the Latias. We cannot stretch our fire back. Wait, why should we? We have no Ho-Oh. It's fine. Everything is fine. Do they have an attacker though? I mean, we can still switch in the Kangaskhan, get some more draw. I mean, the Night Stretcher for what? The Pidgey, yeah, of course. You need to have your consistency back. And I need to get myself some more draw going. Right, they're promoting the Lopunny and doing 230 Gale Thrusts. I mean, my only switch has been used previous turn. Oh, we didn't have to use the switch. Okay, so we can use the Psychic. I suppose it is better if we attach the Prism. Right, I am going to retreat into the Kangaskhan, run errand here, and we find a Pokegear. This Pokegear gives us an Arven or a boss. There's a Lily. At least it's doing something, right? This Lily can also become a switch. We'll see here. I mean, wasn't the switch prized? I suppose it is. All right, no big deal. This Kangaskhan is just going to tank a hit for us, and we'll be fine. I mean, they're bench locked as well, so there's no Klefki coming in the active spot and disabling the Psyduck's ability. And I'm going to utilize that advantage and just wait until I get a 3-prize knockout. Did they get the Klefki back? No, they didn't. Oh, is it the Pidgeot? Yeah, it's the Pidgeot. They Night Stretcher for the Pidgeot. Oh, if only we could... Oh, I know this turn. I mean, the turn after. That would have been crazy. Oh, they're retreating. Yeah, obviously this is not a basic Pokemon, so it doesn't have free retreat. So you just hope you get to hit into a Jet Energy to be able to... Of course they have it. Of course they have it. And a Hilda to boot. But this will enable us to do 300 damage, which will not be enough, but we have boss's orders. Yeah, I think this is going to be GG's. We can promote the Latios. We can bench the Ho-Oh. See if we do this correctly. Superior Energy Retrieval. So Arven can go. The Counter Catcher can go. Get these back. Accelerate onto you, perhaps an attachment for turn, and then we retreat, and we don't mess up. The ability is live, we attach there, I mean, suppose double attach, doesn't really matter. And then we boss up the Kangaskhan, and that is going to be GG's. Well played, buddy. Man, this deck is insane. Let's hop into another one. I mean, last game the camera turned off because I forgot to plug it in, so we couldn't record that match. That was just too bad because that was such a close match against Charizard. Oh, this is not too good of a start. I mean, Latios, I suppose. Oh, they have a mulligan. Nice. Is this going to be the mirror? No, right? One, please. My God, it is going to be the mirror. God, I want to put down this Fez as well. It's because of the... Oh, but they can Iron Bundle it. True. Let's just see what happens, right? I mean, they might even whiff. I mean, why should they? Run errands. Getting more cards. And I suppose if you hit an Arven, you're going to Trolley, and then we're going to see the exact same 60. Or not. Just an attachment and a pass. Alright. We have an E-switch though. Can we Arven? Let's go! Arven? Alright. But we're not there yet. We can Arven, Trolley, and Charm. Alright. So I suppose I want to retreat into the Kangaskhan as well. Get Ho down, Latias down, Kang down, and Latias. Boom. Get the squads, protect this guy, retreats into the Kang. I suppose if we hit Vassal Switch, we might be able to pull it off, but no, sir. Alright, leave it at that. This is a good turn. At least we get a setup, and then not. Yeah, there's the Latias. Suppose you want to run errand first to see what cards you have. Oh, you play the Mega Signal. Interesting. Mega Signal Latias, of course. Still no run errands. There it is. Right. What do we see here? There's a maximum belt. This guy can hit 350. So it doesn't even matter we play the Charm. Right, there's an Earthen Vessel coming down, discarding the Research, I suppose for double fire, a Psychic Fire. I mean, we still have to see a Nest Ball for the Ho-Oh. Oh wait, if they Nest Ball for the Ho-Oh and they get themselves the Latios, then that's a knockout on the Kangaskhan. There's the Latios. There's a nest ball for the Ho-Oh. Oh, they're going to have it. No way. No shot. Another nest ball. Pheasantipity, I suppose. Another Latias. Wow. No attachments. That's interesting. Boom. Strafe, 90, and switching in a 2-prizer, I suppose. Oh, still the Kang. That's good. That's good indeed. All right, I'm going to run Aaron first. Suppose they want to protect the Latias. All right, what's the game plan here? I still need double energy, so we'll retreat into the Latias, charge that up, but then I lose my only game plan. All right, no big deal. I suppose we're going to just strafe as well. There's a Vitality Bands, perhaps for next turn. That's all fine. I mean, that one is hitting 350, so that's scary. So I suppose I want to retreat to the Latios. Yeah, let's just do that, because otherwise we're behind on prizes. We're a turbo deck, so we want to be not behind on prizes. All right, so if they don't find the boss's orders, we're good to go, at least for next turn. Oh, there's a vessel, damn. And I suppose the boss's orders will come right after. Yep, double fire, accelerate onto the Ho-Oh. Fire attachment on the Kangaskhan. Do we see a retreat here? They might even preserve the Latias. And if they find an E-switch, they might just swing with the Kangaskhan. Oh, discarding all those resources. Oh, mate, that's a lot of resources. All right, you can have the retreat. You didn't have the boss's orders. We're on even prizes, so there's no counter-catcher shenanigans coming. And it is going to be the retreat into the Latias. And I suppose a strafe as well? Yeah. Strafe into a 1-prizer here. I suppose that's what I do. Just switching the Kang. Sure. That enables me to retreat and knock out the Kangaskhan. I'm just going to put that down, perhaps Golden Flame, and then play a Lily for 8 fresh cards. And I will be able to take the first knockout. That's all fine. Right, and we have a Latias for next turn. Lustrous Assist. Thank you very much. I don't need anything else. So let's just knock out this Kangaskhan. Boom. For 3 prizes. And there's the Superior to boot. So if they don't INO us, we have game for next turn even. Alright, mate. It's coming down if you have INO or not. Vessel and yet another research. Don't you play any disruption? I mean, this is the 3rd research going down. Golden Flame, getting 2 energies on it. Or just the 1. Attach onto the other Latias, and I suppose if you retreat into the Latias, you can get the knockout through max belts. Or you have a Mela as well? What? Yeah, here I thought this was going to be the same 60 and an Ultra Ball to boot. I suppose this will be for Pheasantipity. Oh, with Kangaskhan. Interesting. And they play the supporters, so I guess this is going to be GG's, my friends. We have boss's orders onto the Kangaskhan or the Latias even. We have the superior energy retrieval, attach for turn, and even an energy switch. And of course, the Latias in hand. Nice. And 350 onto the Latias. Knocking it out. All right, no biggie. Let's promote the Kangaskhan here. Let's just play it safe so we don't fail. Night Stretcher. Oh, we have Night Stretcher to boot. Latias. Attach for turn. I mean, we don't even have to boss. We just have to get our energies back. Boom. Then we have to Golden Flame first. Hello, game. There we go. Then retreat into the Latias. And there's the concession. All right, GG's, my friends. And there you have it. This is the power of the Latias. Even in the mirror, I can't seem to win any coin flip today. Oh, and we start with the bundle. Nothing else going on. All right, but they have a mulligan. They play Greninja? Of all things, they're playing Greninja. All right, so don't put a Kangaskhan down. Note to self. All right, let's get this 1 card. And it's another fire. And they play the skulls as well. And nothing going on. Just discard that, take that, check the deck, and we have a trolley prized, obviously. That's bad. All right, suppose I want to attach bundle and just pass the turn. I mean, I suppose... Oh, they start with a Hilda? Interesting, though. Greninja water, already. Attach water, pass. You're losing that Greninja. I'm playing INO. All right, and the Latias. No, don't want to attach. Don't want to attach. Even though I can have the Latios and the Latias. See, there's an attachment as well. Right, there's the Latias coming. Attach there and strafe. And just leave it there. Just stay in the active. If they don't bench anything, we can donk them. I mean, If we got a decent setup, they would have already been donked. Right, they got themselves everything now. We I-know them into everything. Oh, God. At least we preserved one Pokegear. It's on the bottom of the deck, so that's good. We already have one fire in the discard, meaning we can safely go after something else. But I suppose setup is better. Oh, there's a Clef. They play the Clef. But I suppose they want to item lock us as well. Are they? There's a Lily, drawing 8 fresh cards here, and let's see what they're doing. Benching another Froakie. All right. So they have themselves the setup. They're set, basically. Done. Now retreat into Baju. Yeah, obviously. Let's just hope we top deck the Valiant. If we top deck the Valiant, we knock out the Skull. Oh, it's a Clef. Interesting. So they don't budge you. Interesting. I mean, that gets us the Pokegear, is what I want. Well, we have a Lily. That's fine. Right, I'm going to put down the Gravity Mountain here. Night Stretch is not going to do much, so we just Lily. And no Valiant. No anything, basically. But we can Prism the Latias. Yeah, I don't want to give them the Kangaskhan. I just don't want to. All right, let's just strafe. If I manage to find myself something else next turn, I can have the Valiants. We can knock out the Duskull, the Klefki to boot. Oh, there's a rare candy Greninja. Okay, that's bad. Although, not really, because we have an attachment. We can use Illusory. Of course, there goes the energy. I hope we get another energy. Ooh, Nestball, Switch, Penny. Hold up, we got it. Oh, there's the Duskull. Dusclops. Do we see a pop here? No, yeah, now the Valiant is not working. Has 50 more HP. That's going to be fine. They're going to... Hold up. No Shinobi Blade? Or they're just going to chill with the Clef. Oh, they are. Okay. I suppose they just want to one-shot it? What's my plan here? Yeah, now I can't Iron Bundle. Yeah, that's good of them. That's good. I suppose I can put down Iron Valiant, but that's going to be more of a liability than it's going to help me. Suppose I can always ho-oh. There's no Latios, so I have to get a knockout here. Suppose promoting the Iron Bundle won't be a bad idea. And I can't Golden Flame, obviously, but I will attach there, and I think I want to strafe into the bundle, because if they pop their Dusclops, that's going to put me in even prizes. Right, Clef is going down. I have one prize card, and they will obviously promote the Greninja EX, knocking out the Iron Bundle, and then we can knock out the Greninja with Illusory Impulse. I mean, assuming the stadium is staying. Alright, let's see here. I mean, they might even have a boss's orders. Right, there's no Mirage Barrage going. They're attached onto the bench, and it's just straight into Shinobi Blades. Question is, what are they getting? Because whatever they're getting, they can get set up for next turn. But I suppose there will have to be Dusk Noir or boss's orders. Who knows? It can be anything. So I'm not going to put down this Latios. Oh, there's a Fez. Hello. Flip the script. There's a Water Energy. That's not going to do much for us. So we can Vessel the Water. We can get set for multiple turns. So grab 2 fires here. Forgot to check the deck, my bad. Golden Flame. And I think I want to Arven. Wait, yeah, just like, no. But I mean, Penny the Fez will also not be a bad idea here, because that allows me to Fez again next turn. Right? Right, this is looking good. I suppose I can already attach there. I can Arven for Superior next turn. If that were be the case, that Latias is going to be knocked out. And if not, we're good to go. All right, taking 2 prizes here. And there's our trolley. And the Latios to boot. I mean, we might even see Nichipollen here. And a Chorus. Oh, they got themselves the stadium though. Yeah, Grant Reignition. So they will choose to target the bench. Interesting. I mean, they still do 120 to the active Pokemon, and they think we can't get another attack off. But there couldn't be more wrong here. All right, is there a pop coming? Waiting, there's the ignition. I mean, it is 120 to 2 benched Pokemon, right? No, they can target the active as well, but would they want to attack the active? They do. Okay, so I suppose with a Shinobi Blade and a pop for Dusk Noir, this Latias is knocked out. But what they don't know is this Latias is getting charged up yet again. All right, going to play the Arven for the Superior to be able to get this knockout. All right, I suppose I want to get rid of... I still have Precious Trolley though, so I can get the Duck. There's no Duck, I forgot. Sorry, I can get Valiant though. So if I retreat into Valiant, ping the Greninja, switch into the Latias, knockout. That's what we're doing. All right, just the Valiant. Thank you. Alright, that's a good game plan. And I don't want to get rid of a lot of resources. We're still ahead of prizes, so we can't use the counter catcher. I doubt they're getting a knockout, so this fast can go. Alright, we have you, and you. Nice. We attach there. We retreat into the Valiant. Then we ping active, use the ability. Oh, this deck is nasty. And then use the switch to switch into the Latias. Use the ability, switch to, and there you have another illusory impulse, knocking out yet another Greninja. And now they cannot pop this Dusclops. And I have the duck to boot. Yeah, there's the concession. All right, GG's, my friends. And there you have a perfect example of how nasty this deck really is. And that wraps up today's video. If you enjoyed today's gameplay, please make sure to like and subscribe, as well as letting me know down in the comments, do you like this deck? Do you want to play around with it yourself? Do you want to change out some cards? Please let me know. I would love to hear all about it. And if you want to stick around for a little bit longer, I've got more gameplay videos, deck profiles, and learn to play coming your way. And with that being said, I'll catch you in the next one.